Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio. You're listening to us on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and watching us on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. As I always say, get on there, like, subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm forgetting something, but I know like, subscribe is the biggies. Comment. Hopefully nice comments. I usually don't get the courage to read them, but I've read it just a couple and they were nice. I thought, you know what? Quit while you're ahead, Billy. Because
I got some Easter cards. When I read them, I wondered who they were to.
really. I know. Well, I'm sure they were nice though, weren't they?
They were very nice. Nicer than I am.
Well, I felt like Easter was late this year or something. It's usually, like the last week of March or the 1st of April. It wasn't like that this year.
I got a card one day this week from Ann Wheeler, dated. She mailed it on April the 17th. And just now getting it?
Wow, that's pathetic.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
Because she mailed it in plenty of time, you would think, but it goes all the way to Chattanooga and it goes back to
I hear many people complain about the post office. Not just the one here, not singling it out. I'm talking about just in general post offices, which I think that's why there's a debate on whether to privatize them.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue because they're too slow. So I don't know. Maybe that's I get why that could be a possibility. Unless they can come up with a remedy for it, but they don't seem to be able to.
Well, I can't understand why it would take so long.
It shouldn't. It really it shouldn't. I don't understand that either, Papa.
How long does your mail stay in the
Exactly.
up here before it leaves?
Right. But Easter, though, I just felt like was a couple of weeks later than normal this year. I don't know of it ever being falling this time in April in my lifetime until this year. I'm used to it being the end of March or the very 1st of April. But it was more mid-April this year.
Well, yeah, it was 20th.
Yeah. I've never seen it be that late.
Mother's Day's May the
11th.
May the 11th.
But that's. Have you ever seen it be on the 20th?
No, I don't know.
I bet you. Well, if you have, it's been a long time. Because I don't ever remember that. So, I don't know. It just kind of stumped me. I remember I kept thinking, when is Easter? It's got to be coming up soon, you know. But it did come, and it has went. And it was just a few days ago, wasn't it, Papa?
Well, last Sunday, right?
Yeah, it just this past Sunday. So, hope everybody had a great Easter and found plenty of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of events for Easter, so they always do a good job with that. Was there any sunrise services this year?
I didn't read a single one.
I didn't either. That's strange too, isn't it?
Either strange or we're getting sorry.
Yeah, one of the two.
Lazy.
You got me laughing on that one. Well, we'll wish everybody a happy birthday that's had birthdays in the past few days or the upcoming days or today. What is today? The 25th. We do have a few on today. Yesterday, Dustin Smith had a birthday. I saw him yesterday on his birthday and wished him a happy birthday. So Once again, happy birthday, Dustin. Also, Jenny Hurd Brown had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Jenny. Today, Brian Turner has a birthday. So happy birthday, Brian. Tina Nail also has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Tina. And Casey Sherrill. I hope I'm saying that right. Sherrill.
Or Cheryl.
Right.
Cheryl.
Well, I want to say happy birthday, Casey. Her birthday is also today. Now, tomorrow, happy birthday to Stephanie McMillan, Jason Bickford, Taylor Swafford, Nancy Hankins, and Betty Myers.
B-E-T-T-Y.
Betty Myers, okay. All of those are tomorrow. That's quite a few for tomorrow. And then happy birthday on the 27th to the following people: Nancy Cagle, Amber Angel, and Eddie Miller. Those are all on April 27th. And on the 28th, happy birthday to Bill Wolf. Happy birthday, Bill. Also, happy birthday to Charity Watson and Avis Watson. Theirs is also on the 28th. So, happy birthday, guys. Happy birthday if it's today. Hope you had a happy birthday if it was yesterday. And hope you do have a happy birthday if it's coming up in the next couple of days.
There you go.
I think it's covering the field, isn't it, Papa?
You're safe.
Right. Well, I feel like this thing is more in my way today, and it could just be me. I don't know, but I don't know. Boy, it's in my way today, though. Anyway, we do have some announcements as always, folks. So let's tell you about some events coming up in the next few days. What we got here? Oh, this is well, it's not too far away. This one's going to be on Saturday, May the 3rd, right here in downtown Pikeville. It's Don't Duck Mental Health. Oh, it's a scavenger hunt. Okay, so we have had Becky Ridley on our show 2 times talking about this. This is the mental health thing that she does. She was on her 300th episode actually as a guest, and she always does a really good job with this. I think it's very important. Mental health. It's not talked about enough, and it's actually a real problem. In this country, there's not enough places for people to go, and it's actually very sad. Yeah, don't understand that. That's something that needs to be corrected for sure. I can tell you, there's a lot of mentally ill people behind bars that really don't belong there. You know, they're there literally because there's nowhere else to put them, and that's not a good thing. I don't think that's right at all.
Not for a country like ours.
No, we're better than that. We should be better than that.
We're not a third world country.
Exactly. It's time to stop acting like it. But this is a very good event. I don't know how many years they've been doing this. A few years though. But anyway, this year it'll be on Saturday, May the 3rd. In downtown Pikeville. Like I said, I'm trying to find the time. Okay, starts at 3 p.m. You can register at the Main Street stage, and then proceeds from this will benefit the Bledsoe County High School Youth Mental Health Club. Well, that's good. I didn't even know they had that. So that's a step in the right direction. Obviously, it's getting better. You know, they're doing more things about it, so that's always a good thing. So the scavenger hunt, though, that's the main event. It starts at 4 p.m. and it says prizes awarded. It doesn't say what they are, but I do remember last year it was a lot. There was a lot of prizes, so I'm sure it'll be very similar to that this year as well. So we'll keep reminding you folks about that. We might try to bring somebody on next week to maybe talk about it. But really good event. They always have a good turnout. So save that date. May the 3rd on Saturday. And you register 3 p.m. at the Main Street stage. And once again, the scavenger hunt will be at 4 p.m. So that'll be a big event, Papa.
It will be.
Let's see. I don't know if I have. Luckily, this time it looks like I don't have very many announcements. Let's see. Well, no, that was today, so there's no point in saying that. Oh, mark your calendar, though. Here's another one that's still a ways off, but it's another big event. Mark your calendar for the Farm City Breakfast. This year will be on May the 15th. It's the annual Farm City Breakfast. It's going to be held at Pikeville City Hall Community Room. Attendees can enjoy breakfast catered by Oren's Orchard Cafe and Catering. I think I said that right. O-R-E-N, possibly S. Oren's Orchard Cafe and Catering. They will be catering the breakfast. An informative presentation by Bledsoe County High School FFA organization will also, you can see that. And the breakfast will begin at 7 o'clock a.m. And they usually have a good turnout for this. This is another thing that, well, they've been doing it for a few years now, but it's not been around for a long, long time. But it's always been a success too. So marking calendar, folks, that's May the 15th. And it starts at 7 a.m. It'll be at Pikeville City Hall, the community room. So, in your neck of the woods, Papa.
Yeah.
And, well, hey, looks like that's all I've got for now. I'll take it. I'll let you talk now, Papa.
My. I didn't plan it that way. Citizens Tri-County Bank is going to have a blood drive put on by Blood Assurance, and this is going to be Monday, April the 28th.
Okay.
From 10 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you come and make a donation of your blood to the blood drive, you will receive a t-shirt. And this is as long as they last. I don't know how many people will come, but this is a nice shirt.
That's what I was about to say, man. I know you guys can't see it, but it's a nice shirt.
This is good. And this is what Blood Assurance pushes. One donation saves 3 lives.
Oh, wow.
I never had heard that. I never had heard that.
I haven't either.
But they want you to eat a good meal.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your ID. Okay. Avoid energy drinks. I never had heard that. And drink extra water.
I may have heard that, but I've not heard the energy drink thing either.
I've heard to drink extra water all my life. Simply like, but more so right now.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have...
Maybe we want some water.
We're going to have a revival, and it's powered by Jesus. I like that. Mm-hmm. This is going to be at the New Harmony Free Will Baptist Church out on New Harmony Road.
Okay. It's
and
underway
it's going to
now.
be April the 21st to the 25th. That'd be today.
Yeah,
the last
tonight's the last night.
So it's at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And this evangelist is going to be Gary Lewis.
Okay.
So they want you to come and join them tonight.
Yeah, if you want to go tonight, folks.
This is the last night. And then tomorrow morning,
ooh, the big one.
7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department is going to have a breakfast, and it's going to be out on 30 Highway West.
Yeah.
This is the menu: biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, hash brown potatoes, waffles with fruit toppings.
I love it.
And then if you want just fruit, that will be just fine.
Yeah.
This will be the selection of meats: bacon, sausage, country ham, and fried bologna.
That's right.
This is with beverages you will have available to drink: orange juice, coffee, milk, or water.
Okay.
And the fee is $10. But if you have a child 10 years old or younger, you get
Free.
in free.
That's right.
And you get to eat all you want.
That's right. And remember, as we always say, these are for very good. It's very good to do that. These are volunteer fire departments, so of course they have to do these things to continue to operate.
Yes.
So you're doing a good deed every time you go to anything like that and pay for it. Doing a good deed and also getting great food. So hey,
yes.
It's a win-win. You can't beat that.
There you go.
And well, maybe that's all of our announcements. We're so used to being bombarded with them, we're not used to this, are we? You know what? Since we didn't have many, I will go ahead and before we do trivia, I'll thank our sponsors real quick here. All right. Yeah, this is our newest one. So this is the Vape and Smoke Shop. It's right here on Main Street. If you've not seen it, it's by what's right across from the old JJ's Market, isn't it? It's just literally right down the road from us here, right on Main Street.
Right next to Sales, isn't it?
Yeah, really close to Sales Building Supply. Really nice store, and they have a little bit of everything in there. I know it's a vape and smoke shop, but they have a whole lot more than that. So you need to check it out. A whole lot more than that. But the best prices on tobacco products, cheapest beer in town, and they have a special on a nicotine vape. You can buy 2 get 1 free going on right now. And their number is 447-3575. 447-3575. So go check them out, folks. It is a really nice store. It's nice in there. And also thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's of Pikeville, the offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Thank you as well. Thank you to Farm Bureau Insurance, Matt Massengale, Morgan Brothers. Thank you guys. If you haven't checked out their buffet, folks, check it out. It's really good. And also the Bank Walker Brewery. They have good food as well. And, well, they have 2 totally different menus. I like that. You know, the brewery is, it's a different selection of food, you know. It's so, I like that. Their pizza's back. They had a lot of people request their pizza come back. It's back. They brought the pizza back. So they've got good food as well. So check both places out. Also, big thank you to Nick Smith and State Farm Insurance. Nickel Row Antiques, and they are back open, folks. Come see Cliff and Gail at Nickel Row Antiques now. You can find pretty much anything in this place, I'm telling you. We filmed in Nickel Row Antiques a few times, and they have a little bit of everything. And then, of course, don't forget about their new business, Spring Street Antiques, which is just literally a block away from us, right here at WUAT. Mill Dam Outdoor Adventures. It's Lola's. She's just a hop skipping away from us here on Main Street. Big thank you to Lee Station Baptist Church, Bill Wolf. The Daily Stop, which I say is the best pizza in town. It's quilting time. We're waiting to see the final product on that. The loom part, I'm ready to see that. The Lucky Star, I always call that Bledsoe County's best kept secret. Beautiful, beautiful piece of property. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. And Dexter's Barbershop. Been around. Dexter's Barbershop's been around for a long time too, hasn't it, Papa?
It has. Certainly has.
And we need to get with them. He's wanting us to film an episode there, so.
Really?
Yeah, so we need to get with them and try to make that happen. That'd be interesting.
Interesting for whoever would be there getting a haircut.
No, definitely. That's for sure. Well, Papa, it is trivia time in Tennessee.
Oh, gosh.
Lord help me.
Okay. Okay.
Hopefully my lifeline or lines can can help me out today.
What actor gave us The Wolfman?
Oh gosh. Well, that was probably from 1930.
I'm sure Batman and Superman hit about 1930.
Oh wow. The Wolfman.
You probably don't remember him, but
I don't. I'm hoping my lifeline's do.
Your lifeline is out.
And my other lifeline, I don't think knows it either. Well, that's a hard one right off the bat. So you just go ahead and tell me that one.
Lon Chaney.
Dadgummit, I've heard you say his name before on here.
I've said his name before.
Yes, you have.
When a movie needed a vampire, only one man was called. Who was his? What was his name? That provided us with the vampire.
So we're talking about Count Dracula.
Count Dracula.
So you're saying a certain actor 100 years ago always played this part?
Yes.
And I'm not going to know the answer again, and neither do my lifelines.
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi. What a name.
But he was
That's
always,
a cool name. But
he was always the vampire in the casket.
he was, okay.
Okay. Where is Puget Sound?
Oh my gosh.
It's on the West Coast. I'll give you a hint. Puget Sound.
Puget Sound. Puget Sound. Lifelines, I think. Boy, my lifelines, I would drown today, wouldn't I?
They don't want to help you today.
They don't know this one either. I don't know it. I've heard of it. I will say
Washington.
that. Shoot. Are you kidding me?
Where is Chesapeake Bay? It's in two states. It's in two states.
Is it the north, south, east, or west?
It's on the west. It's on the east coast.
Chesapeake Bay. What two states share Chesapeake Bay? And my lifelines are not knowing this one either. It's on the east coast.
Yeah.
Is Virginia one of them?
Virginia's one of them.
Hey. Okay, now let's so I can get the second one. Virginia. North Carolina?
Maryland.
Dang it! I'm going to take credit for that one because these are extra hard, so we're going to say I got that one
These
right.
are extra hard. If you're looking around in the Catskill Mountains, which state are you in? Catskill Mountains.
New York?
New York.
Finally! Whew.
That's not hard, is it?
You just said that because I got it right.
What comedy team gave us the routine called Who's on First?
He's killing me today, folks.
I finally know one.
Okay.
Abbott and Costello.
Abbott Costello.
Abbott and Costello.
I've heard of them.
Who's on first?
Who's on first?
Okay. In the NFL Hall of Fame Museum, it was founded in 1962. Where is the Canton?
Hey, I'm going to guess Canton.
Canton, what state is it in?
Ohio.
Okay.
Yes.
Hall of Fame Museum.
I'm glad you made that blooper because I wouldn't have got it probably.
A very good college football coach was hired at Tennessee, and later, as play ended in the Gator Bowl between Tennessee and the University of Florida, he was hired by Florida. What was his name?
Steve Spurrier?
No.
Oh.
He was Tennessee's coach.
Tennessee's coach.
And
okay.
whenever Florida beat us in the Gator Bowl, he hired himself to Florida.
Or you mean Florida hired him?
Yes.
I didn't know we had a trader like that.
That's what you would call him, a trader.
Yeah. Who done that? I don't know.
Doug Dickey.
Really?
He was our coach, and we got lost to Florida in that Gator Bowl.
And then he ends up being their coach.
He wound up.
Boy, I bet that went over real well with the Knoxville fan base.
I still remember it.
I'd say so. I'd say a bunch of people
made that
do.
one of my questions. Okay, one of the Vols football coaches' dad had been coach of a hated SEC rival. Who was that hated this?
Terrible clue. Terrible clue.
One of the Vols football coaches' dad.
Okay, one of the Vols football coaches, their daddy was a coach of a
hated SEC rival.
Rival. And I'm good at the sports ones, but this must have been a long time ago too. I have no clue. No clue.
Georgia had Vince Dooley, and we had Derek Dooley.
Oh, okay. I did know that.
Yeah,
Too bad we got the sorry one. Yes, Vince Dooley was a good coach.
He was a good coach.
Derek Dooley can't coach his way out of a paper bag. He was terrible. You remember how bad he was?
Yes, I remember. I've got a good memory.
He was
in
terrible.
Football, you see a TD and you have a quarterback, but in what sport do you hear a TKO?
Oh, that's boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah, technical knockout.
Technical knockout.
Well, at least I got a few right.
You got probably half of them.
You gotta admit, those were tough.
Yeah.
Half of them was way before I was even born.
Bela Lugosi and
yeah.
And
that first one, Count Dracula, whoever played him, Lon somebody.
Lon Chaney was the Wolfman.
The Wolfman. The Wolfman.
And the vampire was.
That was the
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi.
He always played a vampire.
So it sounds like he got typecast a lot.
But if you were the Wolfman, no one else could be you.
True. He probably got typecast a lot too, didn't he? Well, I'm going to give myself an A on trivia just because they were so dang hard today, folks. But that's it for trivia today, thank God. Stick around, though. Coming up after the commercial break, we'll have some sports of all sorts for you. And also some good old Albertology. No telling what Papa has on his mind today. You never know. And also, we'll have some jokes, of course, to end the episode. We have to end the episode with some good jokes. And Papa's been on a streak lately. So stick around and see if that continues. That's all coming up next, right after the break.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
Support small business and shop DunlapMercantile.com.
Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, connecting the Sequatchie Valley to the world. At Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter, we're committed to be better. Better prices, better vehicles, a better experience. Your Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter understands that you rely on us to provide you with the highest quality of used vehicles. With over 350 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. So what are you waiting for? Let us show you a better experience with the Jason Lewis Automotive family. Come visit us at Rankin Avenue here in Dunlap or on the web at dunlapsupercenter.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show. You're listening to us here on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber Television and on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. As I said earlier, be sure to get on there, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And now it's Papa's. Well, no, it's not your favorite time yet. It's sports first. That went right into Albertology, Papa. But first, we got to do some sports of all sorts. And there's all sorts of sports going on right now.
Well, I want to go back for a week to Augusta.
Oh, golf.
I was not able to be here last week.
Right.
So.
And Augusta, I'm a sports junkie, folks, but I'll admit golf is very boring to me, and that's the one sport I don't keep up with.
Really? This is what causes Joel Stanford to vacate his premises and spend.
He goes down there, don't he?
He goes down there and he works.
Oh.
He works.
Really?
But Augusta is the place where the Masters golf tournament is held every year, and it starts on Thursday and ends on Sunday.
Okay. And it's kind of like the is the Masters like the Wimbledon of golf?
Kinda? It is the golf tournament to be in.
Got you.
I would say one symbol of the supremacy of golf is to win the Masters. You get a green jacket.
Oh no! Okay, I didn't know about the green jacket. Didn't know you had to win that to get it.
Well, this year it was Roy McIlroy that won the golf tournament.
I've heard of him.
Roy McIlroy, he's been around quite a bit.
Right.
But if any man is worth his salt in golf, he will be able to participate in the golf tournament in Augusta. If you are good, you will be there.
Right. So it's the best of the best, basically.
And golf fans, if they avail themselves of this opportunity to be in Augusta, to see the men play, that is the highest award to an individual, is to be able to be in Augusta.
Yeah, and I just thought about it. Golf fans don't sit in stands and bleachers like every other sport, do they? They
do not.
Stand, and I guess
They
what
follow.
walk with you.
You got 18 holes.
So they follow you each one of them.
They follow the man they want to follow.
True. Okay, I got
they
you.
they go from hole to hole.
Right.
So you're right. They're not seated. They're
No.
walking.
That's unique.
But anyway, I got to see that this year, and
So he won, McIlroy.
he won the green jacket.
I have a feeling that's probably not his first green jacket.
No, it was not. And he won the money too, but the
I'm
money
sure.
they don't need the money.
No, they don't. I'll agree with you on that.
All right, now let me ask you, how about your Boston Celtics?
Well,
Basketball.
Well, I admit, game 1 was great, but I didn't get to watch game 2.
They won game 2.
Oh, good. Whew. Then I'm feeling great about the Boston Celtics.
They just have to win 4, do they not?
That's true. It's the first round of the playoffs, the NBA playoffs, and my team is the Boston Celtics, which happen to be the defending champions.
Yes.
And I hope they can defend their title this year, and I think they have a good shot at doing it.
I would like to think so.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our local high school baseball team is having a good year.
Yeah.
But they lost 2 games in a row
Mhm.
to Sequatchie County.
Ooh.
But now
Or
recently,
travel.
recently they have won 3 games. They beat Rockwood.
Okay.
That was let's see, that was a twin bill. And
Oh, a
then
doubleheader.
They played Sunbright.
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 I gotta say, I have no idea where that school is.
Tonight they take on Jackson County.
Dang.
It's going to be a home game.
Okay.
So you can support your local team and
Mhm.
be there and root them on.
Yeah. Wonder what time it starts. Does it say?
And
Probably 6, I would say. Okay. And don't forget, you can listen to the Lady Warriors softball home games on WUAT. Mike Smith has the call, and they're having another good year. They have built a strong program for the softball team. I think they've got a bright future. You know, they've had great years past 3 years, and they're good again this year. And they lost a lot of seniors last year, but these young players are stepping up and they're having another good year. So who knows? They may make another run.
that sounds good.
It does to me.
Okay.
And speaking of baseball, Tennessee men of the baseball team obviously is the defending champs as well. As you'll remember, we won our first national championship in baseball last year, and we're number 1. I think right now.
Tony Vitello is still our coach.
Yes, and he is the reason.
He's the reason.
He took us from the basement to the top, literally.
We were in obscurity.
Yes, before him, five years ago probably, nobody, and I mean nobody, cared about Tennessee baseball. I sure didn't, and I know you didn't either.
No.
Because they were terrible. They'd never had a good year. There'd been nothing to talk about. Then this guy comes in and takes over, and now they're a national powerhouse with a national championship under their belt.
Wouldn't it be something if we had another lady coach?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because the softball team is a different story. They have been good for numerous years.
Yes.
They just haven't been able to win that national championship. They've come very, very close, but they've not been able to do it. So it'd be nice to see them win their first one. And they're having a good year, too.
It would be nice to see the football team win.
It sure would. It sure would. And hey, I say I'm all with Tennessee. On the quarterback leaving, he left because he wanted way too much money. Yeah, peace out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Let me tell you something. College sports, that will be the death of college sports if you start paying these athletes way too much money. You might as well say college sports cease to exist because people will stop watching. It's stupid. If we want to watch paid athletes, we'll watch professionals play.
There you go.
It's gotten out of hand. They better get a handle on it, or I'm telling you, there's not going to be college sports.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I was very proud of Tennessee for telling him no.
It's time for Albertology.
Was you proud of them?
I was.
Good. I mean, schools need to take a stand, and I'm glad that Tennessee did.
I think
none of these athletes are worth that kind of money.
I would have thought Tennessee would try to find another quarterback anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure they are now.
I'm sure they are. This is Albertology.
Watch out. Y'all ready to learn something, folks?
This was read in 2016 on May the 31st at Nancy Reagan's funeral.
Okay.
This is Patty Davis's rendition of a prayer.
Patty Davis, and who's that? That sounds familiar.
I do not know her. She read
that sounds familiar.
At this memorial service for Nancy Reagan. Listen.
Okay.
This is the promise.
The promise, okay.
Across the years I will walk with you in deep green forests on shores of sand, and when our time on earth is through, In heaven, too, I will take your hand.
Well, that's a pretty poem.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I
Well, she
saw
had
that.
to be very close to the family or something
Oh,
to be able
she
to
had
do
to
that.
be.
That
She
name
had to
sounds
be.
familiar, but it's not coming to me who she is.
Some of the when I went to school, I got the English medal, and
That's right, folks.
the reason
When
I
I
got
went to school, I got the English medal. No big deal, you know.
well, I did not get it because of my knowledge of nouns and verbs and adverbs. I got the English medal because of literature.
Oh, okay.
I love
can see that.
literature.
You still do.
Some of the things that Shakespeare said
I know.
is
it's
in our
crazy.
vernacular. I heard a woman say last week that something was dead as a doornail. I said, "Do you know who said that first?" She said, "No." I said, "Shakespeare." So, listen to some of the Romeo and Juliet. You heard Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. What a depressing story. Yeah. I've heard of them.
Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow,
Yeah.
that I shall say good night till it be tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Hey, that's from Romeo and Juliet.
That's from Romeo. From Henry the Fourth, we get this: uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
Ain't he the one that cut a bunch of them's head off?
I think so. Okay.
One of them did. It's
Edgar
quite a
Allan
few
Poe.
of them.
Edgar Allan Poe. He was a well-known writer. He was
Yes.
dead at 40.
God, dang, that's young. Okay.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, o'er many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. That means nothing to anyone except him.
I agree. I didn't get nothing out of that.
The
The
Raven.
first two were good, but that
The
one.
Raven was another work of art. The Pit and the Pendulum,
I've heard of that.
The Telltale Heart.
I've heard of that.
Some of those poems struck a chord in my heart. But one poem that I loved is Trees. I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast.
Sorry, I can't help but laugh when I hear that word.
A tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray.
Wow.
Uh,
Did you write this?
no,
No. I was gonna say, dang, Papa, you're good.
This is by Joyce Kilmer. I
Okay.
want to tell you, tell about it when I get through. And a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair.
Oh, yeah.
Upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
Well, that's a good poem. And I've never heard of it.
Listen, I had a knock on my door one day, and it was a friend of Eddie Albert's, a lady friend that he was almost married. Her name was Jenna.
Gina, yeah. I like her a lot.
She said, I've got something for you, Albert. And I said, I have COVID, you can't come in. She said, I'm going to come in anyway.
I remember this.
So she came in, and she had a picture of God's thumbnail. And that thumbnail is a big, big picture, a big frame. And she has part of every verse in the Bible as a thumbprint of God.
Yeah.
And she said, this is for you.
I remember that.
So back to my poem about trees,
Mhm.
I got another knock on my door, and it was Hubert Robertson's first wife,
Gloria.
Gloria.
Mhm.
She had a picture of the poem Trees.
No way.
It's by where I eat my
Mhm.
meals all the time. And over it was a blank space. I said, Gloria, why did you leave the blank space? That's for you to draw a tree.
Oh.
So up over the poem
Huh.
Trees, I've got the picture that I drew of a tree.
Well, okay. That tree I demand to see. I'm rhyming. I'm doing some poems now. I want to see that.
I'll let you
Tonight.
see it. I'll let you see
I
it.
probably already have, I guess, if it's where you can, but I don't remember it though.
It's right
But
beside
that's
my.
yeah, then I have, but I didn't know that though. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I introduced a word to you a few weeks ago, vamp. I don't know if you remember it or not.
Well, I didn't know what it meant. You know, obviously, you start thinking vampire. I knew it wasn't that.
Okay, this week I want to introduce a word to you. Speakeasy.
I have heard of that at least. Speakeasy.
Do you know where it is? Where one is?
No, I don't know what it means. I just said I've heard of it, but I don't know what
Well,
it means.
A speakeasy was a place where you could go in Bledsoe County and get a beverage that was illegal to purchase anywhere else.
Oh. Bootleggers.
Bootleggers. So speakeasy was a place where you spoke quietly when you ordered your beverage. That's where it got the term speakeasy.
I'd never guessed that in a million years.
Don't let me forget, I gotta save some time for the
For
jokes.
some jokes. Yeah, we had some bootleggers in our family, didn't we?
We had, I had two uncles that sold whiskey, and people came to the home to buy the whiskey.
Yeah.
And I've seen people go out to the hen house and raise a hen off of a fresh egg and break that egg and suck it
Oh my gosh.
so they could handle the whiskey.
Oh my God. Woo.
Oh my God.
Man alive.
One of the men sold whiskey right here on Main Street. About 2 doors up, he would park his truck there. He was crippled. He had a man to drive him. And he had a mirror, and he would sell whiskey right on the main street.
Boy, he was brazen, wasn't he?
No, he had the law bought off.
No. That's another way to do it.
Abraham Lincoln said this: avoid popularity if you would have peace.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Position: he sits not sure that sits too high.
Something to think about.
St. Francis of Assisi said this:
I've heard of that. I've heard
a
of
single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows.
it. Ooh. So true.
The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We go to the Bible for this one. A man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesseth.
Yeah,
That's from Luke chapter 12.
that's so true too.
Few men during their lifetime come anywhere near. Oh, I've cut the rest of that off.
Well, maybe that's a sign that it's time for jokes.
That might be. I might be. So,
It's a good start to the jokes right there.
well,
We'll find the rest of it next week, folks.
this is Albert.
To be continued.
An elderly couple stayed together although they hated each other. They were constantly fighting And the old man would shout, "When I die, I'll dig my way up and out of the grave and come back to haunt you." All the neighbors feared this old man.
He must have been mean.
So whenever something strange happened, they would put the blame on him. When he died at 88, his entire neighborhood was relieved because he was so cross and so mean.
He must have been really mean.
So his wife had a closed casket at the funeral. After the burial, she went straight to a local bar and began to celebrate. I wonder if Carolyn did that. One asked, "Aren't you afraid that he may indeed be able to dig his way out of the grave and come back and haunt you?" Because he had said that where the neighbors could hear it.
Right.
The old lady put down her drink, smiled, and said, "Let him dig. I had him buried upside down, and knowing him, he'll never ask for directions." Now I'm going to read this. But pretend like it's someone else reading it.
Okay.
More money is spent on breast implants and Viagra than on Alzheimer's research. This means that in 2040 there should be an older population with perky breasts and fine erections, but no idea what to do with them. That's for you. That's for you, Billy.
Oh my God.
A woman.
My side's hurting.
A woman holding a baby sat in a pediatrician's examination room. The doctor arrived, examined the baby, checked his weight, and finding him a bit thin, asked if he were breastfed or fed with a bottle. "Breastfed," she said. "Well, please strip to your waist," said the doctor. He gave her breast a very professional and detailed examination, kneading, pressing, and rubbing. Motioning for her to get dressed, he said, "No wonder this baby is underweight. You don't have any milk."
No.
"I know," she said. "I'm his grandma." "But I'm glad I came." I was taught to always respect my elders.
Yeah.
But they're getting harder and harder to find. A man in an old soldier's home said to another, "Remember when we were sure they put saltpeter into the water to take our minds off sex?" When his friend nodded, he said, "Well, I think it's starting to work."
You're right. I wasn't expecting that.
A lady was driving on the highway.
Right.
She always checked her speedometer to make sure she was
speeding.
within the speed limit.
Yeah.
It was the same
Smart.
this day. Nevertheless, there was in her rear view mirror a police car, all lights flashing, and definitely after her.
Oh.
"Oh Lord, what have I done now?" she said. "I haven't been drinking. I wasn't speeding. I have my seatbelt buckled. What could this be about?" In any case, she pulled over and waited in trepidation as the cop got out of his car and came over to her side.
Right.
She rolled down her window as he spoke to her. Then she shook her head and pointed to her ear to tell him she was deaf.
Oh.
I like Albert. The policeman smiled a little and, knowing sign language, signed to her, "I know, I'm here to tell you your horn is stuck."
So her horn wouldn't go off. Oh God, that'd be annoying.
Interviewer, "What's your birthday?" Retired person, November the 16th. What year? Every year.
Hope that wasn't a job interview.
George Burns said this.
He was funny.
At my age, flowers scare me. George Burns says this. Retirement at 65 is ridiculous. When I was 65, I still had pimples. George Burns also said this. I'm at the age where just putting my cigar in my holder is a thrill.
He had that cigar at all times, but he lived to be over 100 though, so it didn't affect him. He was hilarious.
This is an old Yiddish proverb.
An old Yiddish
proverb. For dying, you always have time.
Yeah, I guess so.
You have to take time.
Yeah.
I thought I was dying one day last week. No, one day this week.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was dying.
Well, why did you think that, I reckon?
About 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up. I could not speak.
Mm-hmm.
And finally I called Paula's name,
Mm-hmm.
called her twice. She came in there, she heard me. And she said, what do you want? I mouthed, I wanted orange juice.
Oh.
She gave me some orange juice. I went in the family room and sat in my chair.
Mm-hmm.
And
That comforted you?
She said, Daddy, what happened to you? I said, I don't know.
Could have been having a little bit of a panic attack too. That's what it sounds like. I've had a panic attack before. They're no fun. And you do feel like nobody can hear you.
Old policemen never die. They just cop out. Three
point.
letters change a boy into a man. A-G-E.
Age, yeah. That wasn't funny, but yeah.
The only trouble with retirement, you never get a day off.
I know.
Starting tomorrow, this is the last one.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow, whatever life throws at me, I'm going to duck it so it hits someone else.
Good advice. Good advice. Well, those were good. You can tell one more if you want to.
Well, the senility prayer.
Okay.
Grant me the senility to forget the people I never liked anyway, the good fortune to run into the ones I do, and the eyesight to tell the difference.
I like that one. That's pretty good. I need to say that every now
Let
and
me
then.
tell you one more.
Okay.
An elderly fellow named Keith misplaced his old set of false teeth. They'd been laid on a chair. He forgot where they were, and he sat down and got bit underneath.
I guess that's how he found his false teeth. That's pretty good, Pop. The streak continues.
I've been asked if I had false teeth. I said, no, I don't have false teeth yet.
Oh, God.
They're handy to have. They're handy to have.
Ooh, Papa in rare form today, folks. Let me tell you. Those are all good. I have to say the streak continues for sure.
I had some of the Nancy's sayings.
Oh, really? We'll do some of them next week then.
I'll do them next week.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Well, folks, that's it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I don't know what the weather's supposed to do, but I know one thing: I'm tired of seeing rain.
I'm tired of it too.
You know, I always hear, you know, we need the rain, but man alive, it seems like that's all it does is rain. So
We get enough.
I don't understand that.
We get enough.
I feel the same way. But anyway, folks, hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Until then, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time. So long, folks.
See you, folks. Thank you, Ethan.
Hey, folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.